This is CBS 11 News at 4:30. The ones for Texas.
Thunder and lightning light up across the metro skyline overnight.
And flooding forces road closures like this one on the right you see in Johnson County. Right now, storms are firing up across parts of the viewing area, and our Weather Authority team is tracking the forecast to help you plan your day. Today's Thursday, May 12th, 2016.
Good morning. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Russ McCaskey.
And I'm Karen Board. Fast-moving storms are moving into the area. Our Weather Authority team has live drives keeping you covered on the latest road conditions.
And we have team coverage beginning with meteorologist Lisa Villegas. She has the hour-by-hour forecast, and hour-by-hour overnight, things got pretty rough at times.
I know it was windy. I kept waking up from the thunderstorms. I don't know how you slept, but I didn't really sleep too much. Good morning, Karen and Russ. And of course, good morning to you at home. Let's start off with the satellite and radar view. Still dealing with light rain for most of us across the metroplex, and those stronger storms continue out towards the west. Luckily, most of that activity is dying down, and we're not experiencing any severe weather as of right now. And zooming into Somerville, Bosque County, that's where we're still dealing with some heavy downpours like Glen Rose, while Walnut Springs here just exiting your area. And notice all those lightning strikes, seeing lots of frequent lightning strikes, and of course those heavy downpours. That's going to be your main concern. This is actually tracking towards the east here at around 30 miles per hour. Morgan, you're already seeing this. I just tracked the leading edge of the heavier downpours. Rio Vista, you're going to see this system here in about 5 minutes. Parker, if this holds together in the next 20 minutes or so. Also tracking this system up by Cook County, the rain and the thunderstorms, they're finally dying out a little bit. And as we expand out, it's all due to a cold front. Now, we're watching this cold front, though, because of these storms up by Cook County and all the way over by Abilene. We could see a line form and develop, depending on that cold front, how quickly it develops and tracks towards the southeast. And if you are heading out the door in Johnson, parts of Tarrant County, we're experiencing gusts up to around 46 miles per hour in Burleson. In fact, I'm not ruling out winds gusting up to around 50 miles per hour, again, in Johnson and Tarrant County as of right now. Here's a look at that morning hour-by-hour forecast. Can't rule out some severe storms here in the next few hours, and by the late morning, that's when the rain will slowly taper off. I'll show you that future sky coming up in just a bit there. Russ and Karen.
All right, Lisa, thanks. And we continue our team coverage of the storm system moving through the area with CBS 11 Mobile 11 photojournalist Russ Schowen.
And so, Russ, I can't talk this morning. Russ, what is it like out there?
Well, good morning, guys. It is, as Lisa said, it's raining, but not real hard. I have seen lots of lightning, both cloud to cloud and cloud to ground lightning. I'm just south of Granbury and plan to head back to the east here in a little bit. Moderate rain, as you can see from the dash cam, and lots of lightning. But more importantly, what I have felt is those strong, gusty winds all morning long, like Lisa talked about. So I'll continue to track this storm from the ground and bring you more pictures as we get them. Back to you guys.
All right, Russ, thank you so much. And everyone's going to want to be very careful out there on the morning commute. Well, a lightning strike may be to blame for a closure on Stemmons Freeway in Dallas overnight. Dallas police were called out to shut down the northbound lane near Wycliffe Avenue after a tree hit by lightning split in two and then fell on the road. Good news is no one was hurt. City crews were called out to try to get that tree off of the road.
And we'd like you to help us tell your story. Send us your weather pictures. There are several ways you can do it through our CBS DFW weather app or on Facebook or Twitter. Make sure to use the hashtag CBS11WX. We want to go over to Chelsea now because we have some issues on the roads. There have to be because it's raining. And we know that that's always the case when it rains.
Yeah, they go hand in hand, Karen, you're right. But we're dropping down to Tarrant County, showing you two different slow spots that I'm looking at because we do have some construction that's scheduled for these areas. No reported wrecks at this time. However, we're going to keep looking into it just in case we missed anything. 35W northbound's a little slow right at I-20 and also right around that West Loop 820 southbound bend at I-20 as well. You can take Campus Street or Wichita Street to get by instead. Dallas County, we're looking at normal delays. Some construction out there I'll cover in just a minute, but want to let you know lightning strikes we've been mentioning at this morning are to blame for a DART alert for you. The green line is not operating between Bachman and North Carrollton and Frankfort. That strike happened downtown Carrollton, so bus shuttles are in place now. Back to you.
I'm Jason Allen over at the Live Eye Desk, keeping an eye on Washington, D.C. this morning, where we are expecting a very big meeting between Republican leaders and Donald Trump. Trump is expected to sit down with Paul Ryan this morning, the first meeting between those two. Ryan, of course, saying a few days ago that he was not quite on board yet with Donald Trump being the party's nominee. Today's meeting meant to maybe try to get Republican leaders to come and be behind their eventual nominee. And this meeting is coming today as there is a new poll that is out in the overnight hours. Show this to you, a Reuters Ipsos poll showing that the race between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, if indeed those are the two nominees, is a virtual tie, with Clinton only leading by 1 point. The gap in a poll just a week ago had Clinton up by as many as 13 points. Big difference in those two polls in just a week. Karen and Russ.
Jason, thanks. The city of Dallas is hosting the Texas State Republican Party Convention. The three-day event begins today at the Kay Bailey Hutchinson Convention Center. Over 11,000 people are expected to attend. Governor Greg Abbott is expected to address the opening session of this year's convention.
No matter where you drive in Dallas, one thing you'll find in common: road construction. And we're learning the road revamp along Greenville Avenue is facing another delay. The project in Lower Greenville is reportedly being pushed back and won't be finished until August. City Council member Philip Kingston says when crews dug up the street, the utilities were in far worse shape than they expected, and it had to be moved. Business owners say the torn up roads are keeping vital customer dollars away.
They see all the construction on the outside and they figure that we're closed, so they just don't even bother coming in.
This section is the last segment under construction in this area, but Kingston says judging by the anticipated success, other areas of Dallas will likely follow. Ethan Couch, known for the affluenza defense in a deadly drunk driving case, will spend nearly 2 years in jail for violating the terms of his probation. Last month, the judge gave both sides in the case time to convince him to change the punishment, but the judge signed an order upholding his original decision of 720 days behind bars.
Saved just in time. A forward police officer had just seconds to save a man on the edge of a 15-story parking garage. He's now describing those heart-pounding moments exclusively to our own CBS 11's Gilma Avalos.
Please don't do it. Oh.
You can hear the witness who recorded this cell phone video almost trying to will the man teetering on the ledge not to jump.
He was right near the corner there.
Another witness, Joshua Cooper, watched nervously at eye level from the safety of his 14th floor office.
It's pretty sad to see someone in that state of despair, to get to the point where you want to take your own life.
No one was closer than Fort Worth Bike Patrol officer Nick Guadarrama, just feet away, desperately trying to save this stranger's life.
I took off my bicycle helmet and said, hey, how you doing? I'm Officer Guadarrama. I'm just trying to help you. Why don't you come here and talk to me?
Cooper snapped these photos of Guadarrama in action, his arms in the air as he tried to calm him down, talk him off the ledge.
What's your name? And he just kind of looked at me and then looked back down over the edge.
Then seconds later,
I was convinced at that point he was gone.
I was able to actually pull him down enough to get my arm around him and pull him off that ledge.
Officers are trained to calm people in these situations down long enough for a trained negotiator to arrive, but Guadarrama says he knew there was no time.
He even started crying at one point, and when I started getting closer, really trying to talk to him, he started shaking and really looking over the edge, and I knew that I had to get over there.
On firm ground, the man finally told the officer his name, that he had been struggling with suicide since he was a teenager.
He was in tears crying. I'm telling him, we care about you.
He's absolutely a hero.
I don't consider it a hero. I consider just doing the job because I care about people.
Gilma Avalos, CBS 11 News.
Happening today, we are hoping to learn exactly how a Tarrant County woman died after being tased by a deputy constable. Relatives tell us 35-year-old Nancy Friedrich was in an altered state of mind, yelling at drivers outside Mansfield. What happened next isn't clear. The medical examiner will perform an autopsy to determine her actual cause of death. The Texas Rangers are also investigating.
A Texas mother is in trouble for leaving her children home alone and then going to Zumba class. Her husband says that his wife was late for Zumba and decided to leave their two children at home alone because they were still sleeping. But she took the 18-month-old that she was babysitting with her to class. After she left, her children woke up. One of them opened the front door. A neighbor spotted the 18-month-old walking near the street and then called police.
Sometimes the things that we do can be lessons in life that you can do certain things.
Gazella Sanchez Flores is charged with one felony count of abandoning a child with intent to return.
A strange encounter at a Dallas hospital has other medical centers on alert this morning. Parkland Hospital officials say this couple tried to convince workers they were there to pick up their adopted baby. It didn't work. Parkland's now warning other maternity wards to watch out for this couple who's believed to be homeless.
Well, tonight, homeless people in Fort Worth will enjoy a warm meal and a movie. Local faith-based nonprofits are screening the 2014 hit film God's Not Dead. They'll also provide free chili dogs, nachos, popcorn, and beverages. The movie will be shown in the parking lot outside the Transfer Center off East Lancaster. That movie starts at 6:30.
Keller Williams employees in Southlake are taking the day off, but it's not going to be a day of rest. They'll spend the day building bikes for local children. The real estate office has raised $30,000 for the project to buy 275 bikes. The bikes are donated to a charity called Spokes for Hope, which benefits children going through difficult times. Well, Dallas prides itself on being new, modern, and cutting edge.
But in our Welcome to Texas report, we go to Dallas Heritage Village and step back in time. Dallas Heritage Village is a collection of 21 buildings that tell the story of Texas right around the time of statehood. On 20 acres just south of downtown, they have antebellum homes, a general store, even log cabins, all from right around the year 1850. I went to do an interview and ended up doing some chores.
Come on, put your back into it. There, one more time. All right. There's one biscuit.
1846 splitting wood. I remember visiting on a school field trip as a kid, but things have really changed out there. For one, it used to be called Old City Park, so old-timers like me kind of remember that. But they changed the name to Dallas Heritage Village about 10 years ago to really better reflect what it's all about. Now, coming up later today, learn more about how it all started and what's in store for the future. That's in our Welcome to Texas report today on CBS 11 News at 4.
Were you using an axe, or was that a piece of wood?
See, that's the thing. Politically correct, they can't use the axe, so you have to hit the wood to hit the axe. In the old days, you just would have hit the axe. But
yeah.
You know.
Okay, you did great.
I split that wood.
You did good. It's 4:41, time for traffic and weather on the ones.
Good job, Russ.
We want to start out with our CBS 11 meteorologist, Lisa Villegas.
Hey, good morning there, Karen and Russ. Good morning to you at home. If you're heading out the door, just note it is very breezy. Here's a look at some of the wind gusts up by the Red River, gusts exceeding 30 miles per hour. In fact, we're also seeing gusts exceeding 45 miles per hour across parts of Tarrant County, even over into Johnson County. I'm tracking the rain details coming up right now. Let's send things over to Chelsea Davis with a look at our traffic.
All right, thanks, Lisa. Right now, we actually have breaking traffic news for you. 35W northbound is closed at I-20. Await correction. It looks like we are now seeing one lane able to get by. Okay, so this is a little bit of good news here, but you're going to run into big delays. I have your alternate for this coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Chelsea, thanks. Researchers say that a common painkiller could interfere with your ability to empathize with others. Find out what it is next.
Plus, the father of a missing girl speaks out for the first time, who he believes took her and why.
And the feds make a major food stamp crackdown. You won't believe how much it costs taxpayers. That's next.
This morning to trying to keep track of things. There we go. Jason out at the Live Eye desk, watching Brazil this morning, where they have been meeting, party leaders and country leaders have been meeting all night long about impeaching the president of that country. And here in the last hour, senators have been wrapping up their speeches, and it appears that Brazil's Senate is going to vote 55 to 22 to remove the president this morning of that country. It will end the 13-year rule of the leftist party of that country. She has been caught up in some economic and financial scandals there in that country. Of course, this coming just 3 months before the Olympics play out there, and it'll be on the world stage. They've been battling the Zika virus, and now another difficulty for Brazil to overcome here over the next few months. Karen and Russ.
All right, Jason, thanks. I'm glad your mic got situated. A mother of 4 winds up dead in what police are calling a road rage shooting. California Highway Patrol responded to a collision call Wednesday and found a man and woman shot. Both were taken to the hospital where the woman later died. Police say it appears to be a targeted shooting.
An Army soldier is killed during a live fire training exercise in Louisiana. Happened at Fort Polk, where troops conduct large-scale training exercises. The soldier was with the 101st Airborne Division out of Kentucky. His or her name is being withheld pending notification of family. The Army, we can tell you, is investigating.
The man accused of shooting up a Colorado Planned Parenthood center, killing 3 people, is mentally incompetent to stand trial. Robert Deere has interrupted almost every court proceeding held since the shooting last November. He's also talked about government conspiracies and believes the FBI has been watching him for several years. Deere will now be sent to a state mental health hospital for treatment. Until then, the criminal case will not move forward. Federal officials say they have broken up one of the largest food stamp scams in American history. Agents raided a Florida fish market and say the scam bilked the government out of $2.4 million. Here's how the scam works. Owners exchanged cash for customers' food stamps, whether or not any purchases were made. They're also accused of skimming some money off the top. The stores would ring up food, but the customers would rarely leave with anything except cash. 22 people were indicted in the scheme.
FBI Director James Comey has some strong words about his agency's investigation into Hillary Clinton's personal email account. He says, quote, "There is no special set of rules for anybody that the FBI investigates," end quote. The comment comes in reply to a question asked about Hillary Clinton using the term security inquiry to describe the email investigation.
Donald Trump apparently has quite a following overseas. On Wednesday, an Indian nationalist group held a prayer rally for Trump to win the U.S. election. They support Trump's hardline stance against terrorism. Now to a developing story about a missing child out of Tennessee. The father of the little girl is now speaking out, hoping it might be able to help find his daughter. Carly Trent's been missing for more than a week. Knoxville police believe she's with her uncle by marriage, Gary Simpson. Simpson took her out of school on Wednesday under false pretenses, and the two have not been seen since. Simpson had custody of Carly previously, but a judge allowed Carly's biological father to regain custody. The school system was unaware Simpson no longer had custody.
He had access to her every day, every single day. That just makes me even think further that he was just obsessed with her. I mean, he wanted her, and he wanted her all to himself.
Simpson was seen buying non-perishables and camping gear on surveillance video with Carly. Police are asking people to keep an eye out for the two at public or private campgrounds or other rural areas. An Ohio State University study finds the pain-killing substance found in Tylenol dulls people's emotional responses, suggesting that if you can't feel your own pain, you may not be able to sense pain in or empathize with others. The study was published in the journal Social, Cognitive, and Affective Neuroscience. According to the Consumer Healthcare Products Association, approximately 23% of American adults use medicine containing acetaminophen each week.
All right, coming up on 4:51 right now, that means it's time for traffic and weather on the ones. We want to start with our traffic reporter, Chelsea Davis. Chelsea.
Hey, good morning, friends. Things are looking okay out there, showing you 35W and I-20 right now. And this was originally closed just a few moments ago, but the crash just cleared and now it is back open. My traffic computer is just waiting to load. There it goes. Hooray. So if you're going to be traveling out the door this morning, keep in mind, even though that closure has lifted, it's still pretty slow right down there for 35W northbound at I-20. You're going to want to hop over and either take Wichita Street to get by or even Campus Drive instead. That'll save you time overall. And then as we hop up to north areas of Tarrant County, you're going to run into some delays for 35W southbound at Heritage Trace. 183 at Bedford looks okay right now. Lisa?
Okay, no more. Hey, thanks, Chelsea. Good morning to you at home. Let's take a look at the satellite and radar view showing overcast conditions and a lot of light rain happening across portions of the Metroplex, even some stronger storms over by Abilene. And this storm down to the southeast by Somerville, even Hood County. Most of that activity is finally fizzling out. But notice that light rain over Tarrant and Johnson County. We're seeing some lower level energy increasing those wind speeds. In fact, gusts exceeding 50 miles per hour. That's already popping up in parts of Tarrant County. Listen, you're experiencing that. So if you're commuting to or from anywhere in southern Tarrant County or in Johnson County along 35W, you're in the heart of all that. You're going to be dealing with that on the roadways. Here's a look at the rain, like I was mentioning, down to the south. This is tracking eastward, affecting areas like Morgan all the way up to Nemo. Notice areas in that orange. That's that moderate heavy rain that we're dealing with. And this is just a rainmaker. A few lightning strikes as well. As this tracks eastward, it's moving around 30 miles per hour and finally fizzling out. But we're dealing with this rain all the way up by Granbury as well. Lots of that light rain highlighted in that green. And here's a look at the cold front. So this is what we're watching for this morning. We also have meteorologist Jeff Ray in, and we were discussing that we're going to watch for these storms to continue to gather up over by parts of maybe even Parker County as well. So here's a look at future sky. As this continues to gather around, this is going to continue to affect especially our southwestern counties, including parts of the Metroplex, most of that with that light rain, drizzle. It's going to be a little annoying on that early morning commute. Just give yourself some extra time. And right around 9 o'clock, we'll slowly start to exit the Metroplex, at least the cold front. But we're still going to be dealing with all this rain for our southern counties pretty much throughout the morning. So areas like Johnson County, I know we had some flash flooding yesterday. We're going to watch out for that earlier this morning. And as we fast forward, you notice later on this afternoon, we'll slowly start to clear out with the rain at least, and we'll expect that sunshine by tomorrow. 85 degrees expected, but then our next system heads our way by the weekend. We have that severe weather potential late Sunday into Monday as well. We're going to be watching for that 70% chance of those showers and thunderstorms on Monday, and it just lingers around in the forecast throughout the middle of next week there, Karen, Russ.
All right, Lisa, thank you. And you can get weather updates at any time right in the palm of your hand. Just download the free CBS DFW weather app for Android or iPhone.
Still to come, a secret may have been revealed in the world of Harry Potter.
It's all thanks to some serious internet sleuthing. We've got the scoop next.
4:56 right now, and it's time for our social eye-opener. If you're a Harry Potter superfan, some news for you.
One sharp-eyed Reddit user says he found 4 American house names from the film franchise's spinoff called Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. The names are reportedly Horned Serpent, Wampus, Thunderbird, and Pukwudgie. He says they were found in code on the Pottermore website.
Pop singer Meghan Trainor also trending after she released an unedited version of her music video for her new single, Me Too. Trainor, who recently won the Best New Artist Grammy Award, had the video pulled within hours of release after earlier this week when she learned that the producers had retouched images of her waist to make it appear smaller. Trainor describes the track as a song about body confidence.
And we want to give a quick shout out to the Keller High Indianettes.
Yeah, we've heard that they're one of 7 drill teams selected to participate in the Rose Bowl parade. They know where they're going to be spending their new year out in California.
That is awesome.
Let the fundraisers begin now as they start to try to raise money. Just minutes away from CBS 11 News this morning at 5. Coming up, Weather Authority tracking another round of storms.
CBS 11 News at 5 next.